Good morning, guys. It's Heather from Tomatoes, Puppies, and Everything Gardening. I'm out here in my new little coffee spot that has been created by these lovely green stalks around me. I'll put a picture up so you can see exactly where I'm sitting and exactly how cozy it looks. So I can just sit here and look at the birds and the bees and really enjoy my morning coffee. And then also, Tonto's usually out here taking his first morning break. Doing this morning is I'm going to take you around. Since today is August 30th, we're going to do my August garden tours. I may divide them up. I may put them all into one video. So if you enjoy all of my garden tours, I usually do break them into 3 parts. I may not today. I'm not sure how long they're going to take. I'm going to do a little bit different format. And I just wanted to get that done before August is completely over. I'm doing a horrible job doing garden tours just because there's been so much to keep up with. It's been a busy time of year. August is in general for harvest, but I've had back to school, kids starting college, painting a room, lots of doctor's appointments, eyeglass issue. I don't even want to talk about that, but we've been back and forth, I don't know, 5-6 times. Finally, that issue is settled and my daughter can see, which is important, right, for school. Anyways, let's get started. And if I do divide the videos up, you're going to see this intro clip several times, so sorry about that. I'm just not sure yet how we're going to do it. It depends on the time, but the different format today is going to be, I'm going to do like a walk with you, but I'm going to be telling me what I need to get done this week, because there are a lot of things that have been neglected. We've had storms. First we had really hot, dry weather for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then we've had rain after a really long spring and summer full of rain. So there is a lot of disease out here. I did cut down my cucumber last night, my big one, the Space Master that was doing so well. It finally, this is where I normally pick up with part 2 of my 3-part garden tour for each month. We just looked at the deck containers and the green stalks, and now we're going to take a peek at the backyard. I'm going to try to go a little quickly. We've got rain coming in the next 20-30 minutes, and I've got 2 cucumbers, Space Master 80. We've got some Ideal Market beans here growing on the trellis. This is a fairy rose, which looks really pretty. I think it's enjoying the last many days of rain. My newest L-shaped bed that I built probably 4 months ago now has 5 tomato plants in it, and I see someone knock down a very perfectly good tomato. It's probably a squirrel or chipmunk. Needs to do a lot of work here. I need to get these guys supported. They have outgrown their trellis, so that needs to happen maybe today. This one is struggling. Originally just was thinking from the heat, but not quite sure. So I need to do a little investigation here. This Paul Robeson has done great in this location. All 4 varieties here are really suited well to a more part sun location, and they're doing really well. And I think I will pick this in just a wee bit. Actually, let's pick it before it starts to rain again. We've had so much rain the last, I guess 4 days. So I've got a purple rain. I've got Paul Robeson, Purple Cherokee, Paul Robeson, and then this is a Tasmanian Chocolate Dwarf. But honestly, he is taller than me, so he is at least, well, actually no, that's somebody else there. So he's about 4 feet tall. That's not bad. We are not going to go look at any other part of the backyard because everything's just kind of a mess. I'm going to try to focus on food because this is mostly the tour of the raised bed areas, and that's what we need to focus on. You can see I've got some brassica growth here from kohlrabi. I didn't remove the root, so now look, it's trying to grow. I'm going to have to dig that out. This is a kale that I planted in the spring, and it really was getting a lot of caterpillar damage. And I kind of just left it as a trap crop. Okay, so reminder, come and get that tomato, Heather. And we will work on these raspberries eventually, but not today. move some strawberries over here. Something is eating all of the foliage, I noticed, off of this hardy hibiscus. And also over here, I noticed someone ate all the foliage off of the snapdragon, which is really, really rare and weird. Do not understand that. So we've got some Italian sage, really enjoying this weather. It's a Mediterranean type plant. The basil is going nuts. I'm going to harvest a bunch of this. So one thing I really want to work on soon, you can see the cucumber trellis is empty now because I cut all that out yesterday. I'm going to put a short little clip here to show you what it looks like when it's time to take that plant out. While you guys were watching that, I went and I picked that Paul Robeson because I don't want him to get a bunch of splitting from all the rain, and also we have rain coming, and you can see it's already got a couple little slits. So I've got green peppers here in the strawberry bed, and you know what is that saying? Don't do as I do, or do as I say, not as I do. You really should not plant strawberries and nightshades together. I just kind of did it as an experiment. I probably won't do it again, but I am going to harvest these peppers. And my goal is actually, I would like to move these strawberries. I'm not happy with the location. This was a bad idea on my part last fall when I had to redo all of my raised beds because of my HOA. So I was trying to let some of these beans that I'm saving seed from dry out. But because we've had so much rain, I'm not sure. I'm going to go fill them here in a second and see if they're ready. I do have some inside that I did save before we started to get a bunch of rain, but the beans will be coming out too. And we're going to plant some peas, something that grows in the 70-day range. So I'm going to go look at those seeds here in a little bit too. If you have any suggestions, I probably have them because I have so many pea seeds. And this Gerber daisy is really happy with all the wet weather we've been having. Some more tomatoes. This is supposedly Big Rainbow, but I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it. And someone else on YouTube mentioned that she also grew the same seeds from Emma Gardner, and they were not true to what they should have been. So I have no idea what variety that really is. I've got some more beans I need to come pick. You can see some of the bean leaves are starting to get some disease. And we are going to move in here in just a second to my raised bed area, but let's get an overview. So the pepper bed really, really responded well to the treatments that I've been doing to help fix, I think it was too much nitrogen in this bed. And you can see that I do have some peppers in there. So we will have some to harvest pretty soon. Did relocate some basil. I'm going to harvest that basil as well and get us a nice stock of basil, probably just dried and some frozen. And I've got a new bed here that I worked on, I want to say a week ago, but we'll get a closer look in just a second. In this tomato bed, it's at the point of we're going to take everything out, and I think I'm going to relocate my cauliflower starts here to this bed. We will go in there and get a closer look at some of the melons. I have harvested 4 cantaloupe. And do you see this poor tromboncino squash? He was heavily, heavily infected with squash vine borer. You can see some frass. I think it actually even made it all the way into the stem. I'm going to cut that open later and see what's inside. I'm not going to save that for fruit because I do think they made it into that fruit, which is really rare. Really, really rare. But I do have a new one that I put the seeds out for, I want to say 5 to 7 days ago. Actually put 2. And someone dug up one of the plants and took one bite and threw it away off to the side there. Cherry tomatoes still doing good. Squirrels love my cherry tomatoes. I will see squirrels from up the road come down here, get one for their morning coffee, take off back towards their home. I see them on my fence carrying their little cherry tomato in their mouth. I feel like this is their little morning coffee spot. They come get a cherry tomato from me. So I have plenty. I guess I shouldn't be complaining. Okay, let's move into the area. So we have to come out of the gate, and you can see someone in my family, I think, could have been an animal, I guess, knocked over this beautiful self-seeded, I think it's a balsam plant. It is very pretty, very big, and I guess it was in the way. I'm going to relocate it though. I think it'll take to that. Hey Tonto, you want to say hi? Okay, I'm going to leave these here. I do believe this is toxic to animals though, so it's not going to go in the backyard. At least Tonto, because he is very bad about eating everything. The squash start that I had here, someone dug up, took a bite, threw it off to the side, but you can see I do have buckwheat. This is red buckwheat and carrots. Need to harvest my stevia. I need to get some baca to preserve it, and I haven't felt like driving up to the ABC store, which is what is used here in Virginia. You can't just go buy vodka at the grocery. You have to go to a licensed liquor store. So I just haven't taken the time to do that. You can see these, wow, these tomato plants are really looking rough. But I do have some fruit I still want to get harvested. Yeah, we're looking really rough over here. You can see my witches. Some of them work, some of them don't. It's my attempt to scare off the squirrels. I think they got too much rain because they're making funny noises now. Okay, we are inside the raised bed area now. You can see I've got lots of vines up on top. The trellis. This is a honeydew. I hope that he will continue to grow and get big. I do have a sugar baby here. He really hasn't grown much though recently. And if you kind of watch the vine here, I have it making a U-turn here and coming back down. And then I have another baby. And I think realistically, well actually, let's see, who is that? That might be, I think that's a honeydew there. I'm going to cut the vine. I don't want to produce any more babies on this. I just want these two to mature. I think this is the last year I'm going to try to grow melons on a trellis like this. I think they do better when they can sprawl out and put roots into the soil. I don't think they really prefer this. Because of my limited space, I wanted to make it work. But obviously, I don't think they get enough nutrients this way. It almost looks like I've got borer activity here. Either that or splitting. I would think that would be rare for them to want to bore into a melon vine, but I don't think it's completely unheard of. This is my yellow bell pepper. I'm not going to grow this variety again. We'll talk about that in the winter when I review some of the varieties from this spring and summer. This is my second year to try it. It's just not going to be a favorite for me. Not at all. So the cantaloupe has done okay. I've harvested 4. There's 2 varieties here. A Minnesota Midget and whatever the standard melon is. I can't remember. It's done okay. But the honeydew and the watermelon, I really think those need to be just somewhere in the ground so they can really put down roots. You can see I've got garlic sprouting. And this is garlic that I missed when I harvested. And that's fine. It can just sprout again and grow. Here's another view of that horrible tomato bed that just really has taken a beating. Still got a few carrots here and there, and I really do need some of these tonight. I'm going to make like a chicken pot pie. Let's see what this one looks like. It's not very big. Yeah, definitely going to come out here and get some of these carrots. Here's another one. It's not very big either. Okay. Might have to harvest quite a few. It's another view of that tromboncino that we're going to cut open. I'm going to make another video on that, and then my new one that's growing. Not sure if I'll have enough time, but supposedly 55, 60 days for this variety. Let's go this way. And let's see how the peppers, yeah, there we go. So I had to put down a bunch of bone meal in this bed to kind of counteract some of that high nitrogen. But they are definitely responding and doing much better. Even new growth, new buds. Okay, let me try to get over here. You can see someone is digging. It's probably a squirrel. I'm going to put an image here of what I planted in this new bed. Someone is bothering my baby onions. I did have 4 sets of squash seed, and someone dug up 3 of the sets, so I only have 2. But you can see the onions are germinating. The sweet alyssum is germinating. Squirrel digging there. This is an experiment just to see if I could grow a bush squash in one of these containers. I'm going to take one of these plants out and put it over in that bed. Same for this container. 2 of these will go to that bed. Here is a volunteer cherry tomato probably. Oh, something's trying to get me. Ouch. And you can see I've got a beautiful writing spider. Or you can call him an orb weaver. This is the underside of him. They're prettier on the other side. Usually like a bright yellow. Okay, so we are going to leave the raised bed area. You can see I still have lots of melons trying to form. A lot of them are not getting pollinated. And when they don't get pollinated, they turn brown and fall off just like that. Some more ginger. Looks like more carrot seed germinating. I just kind of went through and sprinkled carrots everywhere just to see, just for fun. This is Volunteer Queen Siam from last year. Actually, no, it's not. I planted that. Never mind. These are Tasmanian chocolate babies that I relocated. See how these eggplants are doing. Remember, they were in containers a few weeks ago. I decided let's put them in the ground. I think they'll do so much better. And there is a lot of new growth. See what we got over here. This is that ground cherry that I found down by the road. And I just relocated him and threw carrot seeds in here. So lots of cucumbers in this container. They look good. They've not done well though. I've only harvested 1 Armenian cucumber this whole summer. I think this might be maybe over fertilization issue because it's been a lot of green growth but not a lot of fruit. Or my other thought is this huge mountain mint is in this pot. So does that mean it is taking up a lot of the nutrients, the root space? I'm actually going to move this plant very soon, probably closer to fall. See, here's another view. Still getting a few hardy hibiscus flowers every now and then. They don't look too pretty in the rain. Looks like I've got some chocolate Tasmanians I can come get here in a minute after the video. And I put down squash seeds all in here. twice. Someone keeps coming and digging them up and eating them. So I brought these cages out. I'm going to try one last time for some, really short varieties, 45-day varieties, 50-day varieties. Cover them with these mesh containers I get at the Dollar Tree. Looks like I've got this poor guy. This is just one collard green. Look at the stem. Let's see. So another pepper plant. And then 2 poblanos in the back. Soon I'll have enough to make some more recipes with poblanos. I've done 2 different recipes this summer. I think I posted one in the community page, the link to the recipe, which was really good. And what did I do? Oh, I just did stuffed poblanos the first time. Very spicy. Let's see. These are all volunteer zinnias. This is a volunteer vinca that I just stuck in this pot when I found it. Well, I don't know if you guys remember my problem with cucamelons. I'm going to take you a little closer so you can see. I've been battling this for 2-3 years now. I kind of need to go this way, but that bee, he might get mad at me, so we might have to wait a second. I think I'll just zoom in. Okay, so you can see the cucamelon vine is climbing everywhere, and I've tried to kill it, tried pulling it out. It is just taken over again this year. Peek at a couple of my hot peppers, and then we're going to end this part of the tour because I think I've already been talking a long time. You can see I've got lots of weeds, lots of cucamelon. There's one of the fruits. And I saw another one too. You don't want to let those drop. Here's some, look. This is when you want to eat them, when they're green, not when they're dark, like blackish color, because it will give you severe GI problems. Might as well eat these since they're here. Okay, so here's our Thai chili pepper plant. Produces an abundance. I've already harvested off of this at least once. Got some more dark cucumber starts from seed here in the container, growing rapidly. Jalapeno. Got lots and lots of flowers. And this is my volunteer watermelon. And you can see there's an issue. I want to save this for you guys. This is either rock bottom, but most likely what this is it never maybe got fertilized completely, not pollinated completely, because this was self-seeded, and I believe this was one of my seedless watermelons. That's self-seeded. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, a seedless watermelon self-seeded, but it looked like it. The pattern on it looked just like the ones I grew last year that were seedless. Look at the cicada. That's just the shell. It's just dried. I wonder if they've went underground. You notice it's a little more quiet. There's still some, but I guess they're starting to go in to the ground for their winter sleep. Different varieties sleep for different amounts of time, different years. I have no idea what variety is out this year. Okay, guys, this is it. We're going to stop, and then I'll start my flower garden tour here in just a few minutes. Gonna go pick some tomatoes before this rain comes. Thanks for watching, guys.